All right, good morning. My contemplation this morning is on how to stop losing money on agro exports. How to stop losing money on agro export. We are currently in the season of cashew and also, of course, cocoa, main crop. Sesame seed is also out. Ginger. I mean, a number of commodities. During dry season, generally, you have commodity ready for export. A lot of commodities, actually, agro commodities. And of course, minerals. I'll talk about mineral in another video, but today my focus is on how to stop losing money from export. There's a viral video going on. I'll see if I can add it to this video so you can see it. I'll add it to this video actually, so you can see it. Just take a look at it and see what people are doing. And it's sad, but for me, you are an exporter. If you're an exporter, you need to know what is possible. You know to know what people are. It's like you want to export sesame seed. What are the things people will do that will mess you up in sesame seed? In cocoa, what are the things you should be able to know how to dictate sharp practices? How to dictate low quality product, substandard product. You should be able to know. In fact, the reason why I often say the first thing you need to do for you to consider even export in general is to be export ready. Meaning you are export ready. Being export ready means you understand everything about the business. You have gone through all the areas concerned about the business, and you'll be able to identify the gaps you have and fill it. Because the essence of export readiness is to do an assessment that assesses you across as a promoter, your competency. It assesses your understanding of the product, your understanding of the pricing, your understanding of the predisposition of the people you are working with and what they could do, like the video. Your understanding of your purpose, the reason you are going abroad. Understanding of the purpose why you're going abroad. Your understanding of your level of competence in handling the business, your level of capacity in terms of production, in terms of raising money, in terms of promotion, your capacity in terms of your goodwill, your understanding of the destination country in terms of the potential in the export market, the consumer, the people in the export market, and the documentation. And more importantly, the partner you have in the export market evaluated, and purchasers. Understand how to get purchasers. Having all this readiness assessment is critical. Because immediately you are export ready, then the next thing you need to do becomes easier. Understanding regulation. That's under paperwork documentation. What are the regulations? If you're exporting from Nigeria, you need phytosanitary certificate, fumigation certificate, and NAFDAC is even introducing health certificate right now. You need to understand the regulation apart from the regular document, bill of lading, invoice, packing list, and every other document. Peculiar document for that commodity. I will talk about mineral later and manufactured goods, but today my focus is on agro commodity. Peculiarity. You will always need fumigation and phytosanitary, and NAFDAC in some cases. You need to understand quality control. If you are going to stop losing money from agro export, you need to understand quality control. You shouldn't be exporting cashew and your cashew is growing in the container. You should be able to know, even if you are buying from the field, how to easily dictate. For example, if you want to buy cashew, if you want to know the cashew has moisture, if you press it, I'm trying to see if I can get something to use here. If you press it, if you hold it together and press it, let me see if I can get, I can't see anything that I can use here. But if you hold the cashew nut, let's have the cashew nut, and you press it, if you can depress the skin, as in after applying pressure, if the skin depresses, it's a sign of moisture inside, and the moisture is supposed to be max 8 to 10%. You should be able to easily determine not count of the cashew nut. The video I'm telling you, you see people, because it's a game of weight, which is why if you're buying product, you should reweigh it and put it in your own bag. When you are reweighing and put it in your own bag, don't use the bag of the supplier. Reweigh and put it in your own bag. When you are doing that, you will spot any rubbish inside the bag. When you are rebagging with your own bag, you will spot any rubbish inside the bag. And the cashew in that video is not even in the proper bag. It's in PP bag. It's supposed to be in jute bag. So you can't even export in that fashion. Quality control. Strict control on quality. You need to be able to understand how to ensure quality control. That means you need to know the specification, the moisture content. For most agro commodity, you will need to deal with impurities. You need to deal with moisture content. In some cases, you need to deal with oil content. In some cases, aflatoxin level. In beans and cashew, nut count or beans count. In cashew, kernel output ratio. In sesame seed, soybeans, oil volume, the level of oil. You need to understand the specification and know how to check it. Typically, you take sample to the lab for analysis. Packaging. How should it be packaged? There are some products you can put in PP bag, like ginger, like sesame, like soya. But there are some other products you have to put in a jute bag, like cashew, like cocoa. So you need to know the proper packaging to protect the commodity in transit and maintain the quality to the destination. One of the ways you can ensure you buy the right quality product is to have a good relationship with your supplier and ensure they get a fair share of the value. If you sell to them at a bad price, that will be a problem. If they have a fair share of the value, that means you are buying at a good price. Good relationship. Build a relationship with supplier, with the transporter, with the buyer to facilitate smooth transaction. If you have a relationship with supplier, most likely, because you have a good relationship, even if you have fraudulent intent, most of them will not do that. Why? Because they love and cherish the relationship. 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 This is so important. They love and cherish the relationship. This is so important. The relationship is important to them, and that will make them to cover you. Insurance. And of course, if you're buying, if you're not going to be there yourself, your staff must be on the field. Your staff must know about these commodities and know the tricks that people play. Let me give you another trick in commodity procurement. If you are going to the field, you want to go and buy agro commodities. You're going to farm gate, or you're going to the villages, or you're going to a warehouse. You should know your weight. So if your weight is 75 kg, that's your weight as an individual. When you get to the warehouse and you want to buy, stand on the weighing scale. Stand on the weighing scale. If the weighing scale shows 70, just know there's a 5 kg difference. That way, sorry, if the way is showing what's the name, a higher amount, that's it's showing 80 rather. If it's showing low, that's good for you. That means you get more value. But if it's high, that means your weight is 75 ordinarily, but it's showing 80. That means you are going to be getting less value. That means when you are weighing, there is a margin of error. So if you are weighing 50 kg bag, it might be 47, 46, 44, 45 because of the margin of error. So for example, if you weigh 70 kg and you check there and their scale is showing 63 kg, sorry, 77 kg, that's 10% more than your weight. So the margin of error is about 10%. That means if you are buying 50 kg bag, if you see 55, it's likely going to be 50 kg bag because there's a 10% margin of error of that weighing scale. The way you know a weighing scale is bad is that you weigh yourself, you know your weight, and you stand on the scale before they start weighing to confirm that the scale is good. That the scale is good enough. Also, don't joke with insurance. Commodities are now very expensive. Most of them are over ₦1 million per ton. Some cocoa sometimes was over 10 million naira per ton. Because of the amount, the cost you incur. So if you are shipping a 30-ton truck, so let's assume you are buying a product that is 2 million naira per ton, and you are putting 30 ton in the truck, that's 60 million naira. You don't need a profit to tell you need to do insurance. Do good in transit insurance. Ensure you have a blanket cover for every shipment you are making. And don't just do insurance to the port of loading from the farm gate. Do insurance from port of loading also to port of discharge. Port of loading to port of discharge. If you're in Nigeria, you also need to monitor exchange rate and see if you can have an agreement with your bank to have an hedging instrument, forward, option, futures, whatever it is that they have. Because the exchange rate is coming down, that's not good for exporter. It's not good for exporter. Because you have planned based on an exchange rate, then it comes down by the time you get paid. So it's so important to not to, having done everything well, not to have issue with exchange rate. Also, don't forget, I've told you how to avoid fraudulent buyer. Do due diligence. I did another video on how to avoid fraudulent buyer, or how to detect fraudulent buyer. Due diligence on the buyer. Due diligence on the buyer. Due diligence on the buyer is extremely important. And having a representative at destination will make this a lot easier to do due diligence on the buyer. If you can attend trade mission, trade show, please do. So you can get to meet buyer one-on-one, so you can draw comfort from conversation with them. But more importantly, as I round off my contemplation this morning on how you need to stop losing money on agro commodity export, is to ensure you train your staff. Train your staff. Train your field staff. Whoever is going to go and buy, train. You yourself should be trained. And then transfer the knowledge to your staff. And lastly, seek advice. The reason we run an export mentoring and export coaching program, our export mentoring is we mentor many people together, but we do coaching one-on-one. We mentor many people together, but we do coaching one-on-one. So we have export mentor, we call export novice to export legend, but we also have export coaching, in which we have one-on-one session with the client, or with the client and the staff, to be able to address a particular issue. So depending on your interest, that determines which of the was, and then how soon you intend to start, and the cost, and how much you're looking at investing in learning. But seek advice from experts. That advice is priceless. That advice is priceless. It can save you a lot of headache. Seek advice from experts. Thank you very much. My name is Dilayimbo. I'm your expert doctor. This is my contemplation this morning. See you in the next video, and bye for now.